Good evening, everyone. Welcoming you to the Allstate Hometown High School Football Game of the Week. From Springfield Shawnee High School, as the Braves are hosting the Arrows of Tecumseh. Tonight's football game is being brought to you by your local Allstate agent, Jim Twiggs. Hello, everyone. This is Lee Riley with you this evening, and of course tonight, as always, I'm joined by Gary Littell. Gary, let us check the keys to victory now for the Tecumseh Arrows, brought to you by, in Mechanicsburg, Dave Cale Chevrolet.
Well, Tecumseh has to refocus, get back that positive outlook they had in the preseason. And it's over halfway through the season, but the Arrows will have to reinvent themselves on offense. And the Arrows are young, and from now on they'll be playing for next year. Lee, who do you like for Tecumseh?
Well, on offense, take a look at number 31 throughout the evening. Senior running back Lucas Rogers, who leads the Arrows with 427 yards. Now, when we flip it over to defense, we've got number 10, and that's a sophomore of all things. He'll be around a while. Defensive back Braden Berner leads the Arrows in tackles with 43. 35 of those are solo. And Gary, what are the keys to victory now for the Shawnee Braves?
Well, for Shawnee, don't make this your trap game. They got to continue playing great defense, giving up only over 19 points a game, and that's good enough for 32nd in the Division 5. Now, the Braves need to keep their eyes on the prize, just like they did in 2011 when they made it to the state finals. What about the players for the Shawnee?
Let's take a look at number 8 tonight. That's senior Matt Geyer, who has rushed for 609 yards and 10 touchdowns. Now, we flip it over to the defensive side of the ball. Number 11, junior Randy Scanlon, who leads the Braves in tackles with 40. He's got 2.5 sacks and a fumble recovery. Now, let us check on our weekly football poll as we see who you think will win tonight's football game. And tonight, well, convincingly, like 83% going for the Shawnee Braves. You can take part in our weekly poll anytime throughout the week by following us on Facebook. You'll find us at www.facebook.com/localtv for me. We're going to have more of the pregame as the teams will be taking to the field. We'll have eyes on the officials and, of course, the opening kickoff. It's the Allstate Hometown High School Football Game of the Week as Springfield Shawnee host the Tecumseh Arrows. On local TV for me, Sports Network.
You're watching the Hometown High School Football Game of the Week on WRCX Television, brought to you by our local Allstate agent, Jim Twiggs. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons, Muffler Brothers of Springfield, Urbana, and Fairborn, and the IH Credit Union.
I may be an orthodontist, but I know a thing or two about...
Perfect.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
It's the Shawnee Braves hosting the Tecumseh Arrows, and here they come down the gauntlet, the Shawnee Braves. Fuck yeah! Looking for victory number 6. And check out the officials for tonight, brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons. And who are our men in stripes tonight?
Referee tonight is Mark Miller. Our umpire is Todd Flora. Our linesman tonight is Kelton Gray. The line judge will be Jim Bobo. And the back judge will be James Bland.
And here they come now for the coin toss. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. Eyes on the officials have been brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons. We're seeing is believing. Now, we're going to go down to field level, and we're going to check out the coin toss and see who's going to get the opening kickoff.
Miller, umpire Todd Flora, linesman Kelton Gray, line judge Jim Bobo, and back judge James Bland.
Good job, guys. See you. My name is Mark Miller. I'm going to be referee tonight. These guys will introduce themselves. My name is Jim Bobo. I'll be the line judge. I'm Kelton Gray. I'll be your headliner.
Name's Todd Flora. I'm the umpire. I'll be in the middle. Good luck tonight.
Speaking captain, correcto. Speaking captain. Okay. That's heads. Okay. Go ahead. That's tails. Okay. That's heads. Okay. That's tails. I'm going to flip. I'm going to let it drop. What are you going to call? Heads. Going heads.
Heads.
Going heads.
Heads.
Okay. Going heads. You just reaffirming that? Yeah. Okay. It's tails.
Tail wins the toss. Black wins.
You want to defer or you want the ball?
Black defers.
You're going to receive, okay? Which goal you want to defend?
Look at that one. Stand down there. Kick from the ball.
And as you can see, the Shawnee Braves won the toss, but decided to defer till the second half, and there we have it. They're going to be kicking off to the Tecumseh Arrows. Tecumseh will have their hands on the ball first, and quite frankly, as we mentioned before, tough time with the offense. What a nice kick, backing all the way up and going down, going all the way back to the 5-yard line, and then falling was Wells. So that is where they're going to put it, Gary, all the way. Boy, to add insult to injury, you don't have an offense anyway, and now it's at the 3-yard line.
Well, we just had that rain tonight, and they were a little bit slippery out there, and it was a nice kickoff by Adam Myers. He does the kickoffs, and then Andy Meeks, of course, does the extra point attempts.
So that's the way we're going to start it. First down, 10 to go. The ball is at, looks like they've got it down right on the 3-yard line. So that's where it's going to be, 1st and 10. Just underway in this first half of action. Tecumseh looking to pick up victory number 2, and of course Shawnee looking to stay in the state rankings and picking up their 6th victory.
A little jump there at that line just before that snap.
Was he drawn up or was it just offsides? All right, I mean moving, illegal procedure.
We're going to check in with Mark Miller. There you go.
Yeah.
Boy, that's going to move him back half the distance, Lee.
1.5-yard line.
Not a good way to start for Tecumseh. They had a real nice kickoff by Shawnee, but that really pinned you back, and you can't really make those cuts too quickly because we just saw what happens.
Well, and I see that when everybody was not really so sure that he was going to kick it. Here we go. Up underneath center. Looking. Got a man coming downfield. Is he open? And if I was going to do anything, Gary, the way it looked right there, probably would have called pass interference on Connor McCorkle.
Well, got to remember that's fair play for both of those receivers going up there. It was unless you get to see that hand on the shoulder or tugging on the waist, it's a little hard to call. And we're with a 5-man crew here tonight, so we have the side judge there, the linesman, Kelton Gray, is way far away, and then the back judge was able to get back a little bit to see that it wasn't.
2nd down and 11 yards to go. As Tecumseh will have to actually find all phases of the game as the ball almost, there go the flags.
Yeah, I think there's a face mask coming in here.
That's what I thought too, and I don't think it was a flagrant one, but it was reached as he was back in the end zone, and could have been a safety.
There's Mark Miller will get the call for us. He's the guy in the white hat.
Personal foul. Yeah. Good eyes there, Gary.
Well, I saw him go back when they were trying to get him into the end zone, and all of a sudden that was a good call. They threw the flag, and
you can kind of tell. You watch the
head. Your head doesn't normally turn that way when you're running the other direction. That's the big one, Lee.
Oh, so they're calling that a flagrant.
Yeah, that's a big one. So that's coming out to the 15-yard line, and that's going to really help out Tecumseh. Not only that, they have the first down.
First down, 10 yards to go. Tecumseh gets a big break, and boy, they needed it too after the first couple of plays, especially with the kickoff. Clock rolls. We're at 11 and a half minutes, so we're just underway. Man in motion, rolling, looking over the middle, and
right in and out through the hands there.
In and out of the hands of McCorkle, but I thought cutting in there real quick was Luke Myers. I thought he might even make a play on the football for Shawnee.
He was open for a second. I mean, you get that close in a season like this, Lee, you got to start making those catches.
Well, and if you want to continue to pick up, see, when I'm talking about, don't you think when we've seen Tecumseh in the past, no matter what the score is, they sell out on every single play? And, of course, that was then. This is now. Double wing. Only one running back and a man in motion, as you can see. They hand it off, and we had heard coming into the ballgame that this run defense for Shawnee was just one of the best.
73, Corbin Owens came in there and just made a huge tackle. And that line you can see how big they are. Check out number 64. That's Jonah Hay, folks. He's 6'4", 265. He's a big boy. Also on that defensive line is Owens we just talked about, 6'3", 265. So not small people out there you're trying to run against.
Boy, and they don't try to spread it out at all, Tecumseh, to make things maybe easier for the running game. Everything is in pretty tight. Got that double wing, as you can see. In another passing situation, the quarterback almost fell.
Oh, nice
and
catch.
Nice catch by McCorkle.
Now, he made up for that last one, didn't he?
That was a nice play on both ends. McCorkle caught that going down, and the quarterback, if you saw him, he was going backwards, and he was falling.
Now watch this. He goes off his back foot. Watch how he slips. He slips and throws off balance. And then McCorkle's going to cut inside. The defender actually slipped down. And the defender on that was Luke Myers, and he made a nice catch, McCorkle, after dropping that first one.
And he caught that pass by Riley. No relation.
Well, because he caught it.
So they do pick up, boy, they picked up some good yardage and not a passing team. There goes the pitch. Got some running room. And Tecumseh, it seems like they're playing with a little bit more zest after that penalty.
Drew Mitch making that tackle over on the sideline there. Just threw him out of bounds. No harm, no foul. But showed him you're not going to get around this edge because I'm pretty quick out here.
But still picking up 4 yards on the play. So that's going to bring up second down and 6 yards to go.
And the rain starts coming down again.
Look at it.
We had rain earlier tonight, and it's back again.
Oh, it's really coming down right now. Quarterback rolling and looking out into the flat and just tried to get rid of the football. Actually, Drew Mitch was down there on protection, and the intended receiver was Braden Burner, and it was just nowhere close to him.
You know, we had homecoming here tonight, and they just got the cars, the convertibles, the tops were down, and they got through that with actually no rain at all, and then all of a sudden, here we go again.
It's kind of dry up here, though.
You look at Denver. Denver was 80 degrees yesterday, and then it dropped like a rock to 20 degrees right now.
I had a program director said he was out at a Denver game one time. It was 80 degrees in the first half and snowing in the second half. In that double wing. Rolling, looking into the flat and nowhere close. The intended receiver was Lucas Rogers, who leads the team in rushing, of all things, with 427 yards. Just could not come up with it.
Yep, just they got to make those connections, and probably going for too much right now, especially with the weather. It's really coming down now, folks. It just there's a deluge. You can see it on your screen right now, and there's this is hard to throw the ball in. This is also hard to run in.
It was funny because I'd back just before the ball game. There was a guy building an ark. I don't know if that means anything. So here comes the punter. Oh, low snap, but picked it up nicely. And the whistle
got a flag
goes.
on the play, and boy, that's tough.
You know, they may call him down back there. And he went down on one knee to come up with that football.
That's a bad break, especially when you have weather like this. You just want to make sure you catch the ball and you don't lose it, you know.
And that's all he was trying to do to protect it.
Yeah, you don't want to, you want to make sure you have that ball and at least get it away. There should be some rule for that. If it's pouring down rain and you do slip and go to a knee on a punt, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Sometimes I think that one knee thing is just.
Well, it's not like he's purposely downing the ball there.
Yeah.
So this gives Shawnee a great field position.
Boy, it does. Got some receivers split out, as you can see. Oh, only one running back in with the quarterback. Up the middle it goes. Picking up about 5 yards or so. In at quarterback is Drew Mitch. We understand that Mitch pretty much finished the ball game up last week at quarterback.
Matt Geyer has a nice carry there going off the A-gap there and picks up a couple yards.
Picks up 6. It's second down and 4 as the ball is down to the 15-yard line. And pretty much in this weather, I think they always say the receiver knows where he wants to go, so the cuts are pretty good. It's the defender that has problems.
Look at this carry here.
Try it again, straight up the middle. And that looks like another 5. Just
still going.
People down, yeah.
Coming in through there to make that tackle, or try to, was Carter Manziel. He's a big kid, 6'2", 240-pounder for Tecumseh. That's Shawnee's first down. Coming back in there is Drew Mitch.
Matt Geyer not doing bad. He's got 609 yards rushing into the season.
Now look at Robbie Glass splits out as a wide receiver, and Drew Mitch is right behind the center there as quarterback.
In the shotgun. First and goal from the 6-yard line. See if Geyer gets it again. Nope.
Mitch takes it.
Mitch takes it, and he just keeps taking people with him all the way down. And it looked like he almost got away again. It's close to the 1 yard line, if that's where they're going to mark it.
Yeah, it's about the 1 foot line, the way it looks right there. There's the handoff. He doesn't hand it off. He has that give and go, and that's what we were told by some of the coaches here, that he really conceals that really well, Drew Mitch. And then he has also that other weapon on the outside, Robbie Glass, that's in the corner of the end zone.
Did you see what he did? He actually fell down, sat down on a couple of the Tecumseh arrows.
And just kept rolling.
Just kept on rolling. So it's
back to Glass.
Yeah, 2nd and goal. That's that tight T as they hand
There's
it
a
off.
touchdown.
Over the right side, and touchdown. Coming up with that football. Was that number 20 there that took that handoff? Let's see. Yes, it is.
Yep.
Number 20 taking it over the right side. Tyler Mercer, 5'9", 180-pound sophomore. This is a young, they've got 13 seniors, but they got some youngins on there too.
Yeah, well, that was, you're not really looking for him. You're looking for Robbie Glass to go ahead and take that keeper.
And here's Andy Meeks. The ball's down, it's up, it's on its way, and it is good. Came into the ball game with 28 out of 32, and I tell you right now, with the score 7-0 in favor of the Shawnee Braves over at the Tecumseh Arrows. We'll be right back with more high school football action brought to you by the Jim Twiggs Allstate Agency on the local TV for me television network.
Springfield's Pharmacy is Harding Road Pharmacy, located 1.5 miles north of the hospital on North Plum Street and Harding Road. Harding Road Pharmacy has been locally owned since 1950.
We not only fill prescriptions that are ready when you are, but our friendly professional staff is always available to answer questions and provide free delivery. We're proud to serve our community, and we invite you to experience why Harding Road Pharmacy is Springfield's hometown pharmacy.
Harding Road Pharmacy is open 7 days a week for prescriptions that are ready when you are.
7-0, as you can see, Shawnee over the Tecumseh Arrows. As Shawnee continues, and they want to roll in this division. And right now they're number 5. Here's the kick. Was another nice one too.
Well, traditionally, Shawnee gets kind of a slow start. He almost fell down again.
Almost did it again, but catches his balance. Or that one would have been back at the 5 as it is. He brings it out to about the 16-yard line or so. And then it's going to be, look at that.
He just has a slip, but he keeps his balance this time, and he gets 10 more yards back before the crew from Shawnee comes down. And what you said earlier about Shawnee wants to keep going fast because they have a tendency to kind of have a slow start.
So Wells comes up with that ball. Wells taking the kickoff so far, Gary. It's you don't know what's going to happen. He's got his heart in his mouth. Nice run. Coming across the 20. And there were a couple of the Tecumseh Arrows just grabbed the runner and said, come on, let's go.
Yeah,
we're going to keep going.
Doing that grabbing. I'm trying to think if it was number 65 or not there. Let's see if we can see it on our replay.
Here at the end,
He's coming around. He's going to grab him on the very top, right at the very top of your screen. Then, that's going to be number 34. That's Joel Green. Joe Green, I think, had him.
So Braden comes up with, Braden Berner comes up with a first down yardage, where it's first down and 10. As the quarterback keeper coming around this side, he's not going to get to the edge. All he sees right now is black jerseys and said, why did I call my number? So after a big pickup coming around, Braden Berner picks up nothing on that one. Yeah, we'll give him 3 yards. 2nd down and 7. .7:14 remaining here in this first quarter of action. Shawnee already scoring at the tune of 7-0 here at homecoming. In that double wing. The motion man gets the handoff.
He did a real nice job to get back to at least
line
a
of
half a
scrimmage,
yard gain because he was going to be dead to rights in the backfield. I actually thought they might be running a reverse here. Now watch the handoff. Nice handoff. Nobody coming the other way, however. And that would have really opened it up because you could see all the defenders for Shawnee pursuing to that right-hand side.
So Masick picks up maybe a yard. We'll call it 3rd down and about 6 yards to go for the first down. As they have punted once already, Tecumseh has. And it was Shawnee going all the way for being chased. And here's the pitch, and nowhere to go. And
fumble. Shawnee has it.
Yep, as he was being spun around, Lucas Rogers, he lost control of the football, and this one is going to be turned over to the Shawnee Braves.
Watch your replay here. He's going to pitch it back. The pitch is fine, but as he gets tackled, one hand strips it out there with that big paw is Jaden Hall. And then coming up with the ball after all, with all that work, is Luke Myers. And there you go. It's 1st and 10 for the Braves, and we're still in the first quarter.
I thought it was from him being spun around, but actually you're right, Gary. Jaden Hall just stuck his paws in there and pulled it out.
Yeah, he got his hand in there, and the spin move didn't help it either.
Yeah, it didn't. 6:18 remaining here in the quarter. First quarter it is. And again, great field position. Short field again. Only 25 yards they have to work with. Robbie Glass keeps it. Got himself some running room. Can he beat the tackle? Almost, but not quite.
Real nice tackle coming in there. Joe Green again, 34. And he's playing pretty good football there, 6'2", 190. Now watch him shoot through this gap here.
Well, watch the
he sees it, and he's got him here now. Watch right here on the outside. He'll come flying across from that defensive back spot, and he has 1 foot, 1 shoe, and he's down. And you know what's really kind of funny is you're holding down somebody that just won a high jump for the 2nd year in the row at the state championship. So you couldn't high jump out of that one.
So no matter what, he's going to be jumping over you. I am very, very surprised. That's Jaden Hall there with the run. So far, 309 yards coming into the ball game. But just the way they're playing, like, boy, you know, we've got to score. We've got to win the ball game. They're playing with a lot of positive attitude.
Well, they have to, because, you know, we're getting down to the wire here at the end of the season. Every win is important. And they know they might have one here, but they have some work cut out for them because they got some tough teams to play ahead.
Well, they got
Jonathan Alder, and then London.
And Alder High School.
And London, I think,
London,
too.
yeah, that's right. Nice pass over the middle.
Touchdown.
And touchdown. From 15 yards away. Boy, that was a beaut.
Watch the replay. Comes back, crossing pattern, right over to Drew Mitch. Splits the 2 defenders. And it goes into the end zone for a touchdown. And the last series they had, he was the quarterback trying to throw to Robbie Glass, but it's reversed this time, Glass to Mitch.
I think maybe he had a little bit of air knocked out of him. They're kind of helping him. He fell right on that football as he caught the pass. And they can ill afford to lose him. 5:09 remaining here in this second quarter. As the holder finally going in, and that being R.J. Griffin. And Andy Meeks will try to put another point on the board for Shawnee. It is up, and it is good. So with 5:09 remaining here in the first quarter, it is the Braves 14, the Arrows nothing, and we'll be back. And the Allstate, Jim Twiggs Allstate Agency, sponsoring our ball game, as always, on the local TV for me, television network.
Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons has a 30-year history of serving the ophthalmic needs of the Miami Valley. The Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons specialize in meeting the medical and surgical eye care needs of the entire family. Dr. Larry Fish, Dr. Gary Lau, and Dr. Scott Stork are committed to providing our patients the best medical care with a personal touch. Schedule your appointment today in Springfield, Urbana, London, or Beaver Creek, because seeing is believing.
Adam Myers kicking off after the score by Shawnee. Back at about the 5-yard line, bringing it straight up the field. Got some running room. Got some clear grass ahead of him. Boy, doing a nice job of cutting back and forth. He may make it all the way. There he goes. May ring this one up from 95 yards away, taking it one end to the other. Braden Burner.
Well, the quarterback, what a great job on this. And people have a shot at him right and left. There's the last chance right there to the shoestrings. Nothing doing. And he has some defenders or offensive blockers out in front of him trying to chase him down as number 33, Colton Roderick. Not enough. He has a man in his way. And a good job by the quarterback, number 10, Braden Burner. And that puts some points on the boards pretty quickly here in the first quarter.
95 yards. What was a tough time for anybody to come up with the football on the kickoff because of the slippery conditions. Braden Burner says, yeah, I think I can take it all the way. And boy, that's exactly what he did. In to try the extra point, Katie Rollins, who is 7 of 8 kicking extra points. Snap back. Here's the kick. It's on its way, and it is good. So with 4:52 remaining here in this first quarter of action, and this is what you've got to watch: 14-7, and this is the kind of thing that you can't have. You can't give up 1 second. Jonathan Alder and London 1 and 2. Look at their records. Perfect. Shawnee follows up with a 5 and 1. Then down at the bottom we got Bellefontaine and Canton Ridge with 4 and 2. Tecumseh 1 and 5. Doesn't mean anything. But they've got a rough road to hoe. After tonight, it's Alder, it's Canton Ridge, and it's Bellefontaine.
Oh, you just look at that.
That's Murder's Row.
Yeah, you just look at that, and it's just so tough because this whole Central Buckeye division has really changed, and the ones that are kind of seeing the top for a couple years in a row here was Bellefontaine, as you recall, and Shawnee and Kenton Ridge were always in the hunt. And right now, it's Alder and London anymore. And we're not saying Alter, Jonathan Alder.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the big Catholic school.
Archbishop Alter down in. I used to make my nieces and nephews mad because they live in Kettering, Ohio. Come on, it's Kettering. So Tecumseh will kick off. Let's see who goes back deep. Back deep in the middle looks like Luke Myers. No, he takes to the far side of the field.
All the way back there for Shawnee is Max Geyer.
Is that Geyer
on that far side
as well? It looks like number 4 on the far side, Luke Myers.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. They never turn so I can see their number. I think it's number 22.
Well, this should be a big opportunity for Tecumseh to stop this Shawnee drive. There's an onside
kick.
That's going to be close.
Yeah,
I saw bodies flying, didn't you?
Wow, I saw one body fly by in a white jersey. I thought they took the ball away. Let's watch this. This is great. It goes to 10 yards.
Oh,
there's
right
the
there.
bounce, yeah.
Boy, shooting through there was number 24 for Tecumseh, and he almost got a hand on it. That was that Cy Wells. And I'm not sure if it was going to be interference or not by the time that it got there, but you said it went 10 yards.
Oh, it went 10 yards, yeah. And Wells was right there, just buzzed right by. But Shawnee, actually, to be honest with you, lucky to get that. The ball's at the 48-yard line. So, again, and if you can believe this, their worst field position of the night. That's pretty good field position at their own 48-yard line. With 4:51, Glass on the option. He does pitch it back. Got some running room, kind of taking his time, letting things set up. As he came to this near sideline was Matt Geyer. Picks up nice yardage, Gary.
Watch the pitch here. He's going to come around at the very last minute, watch him pitch, and then he's going to be hunted down by Cy Wells, the one that was in on that onside kick. And here comes Wells right behind him. He's going to reach and grab for that ball and try to strip it, but he says, no, I'll just take it down, and he gets some help from his quarterback there, Braden Berner.
And just as he cut upfield, it looked like it was close to being a clip on one of the Shawnee Braves. Geyer takes the fake. Glass keeps the football. Does a nice spin move at the 30.
Boy, number 4 shot through there from Shawnee.
Yeah.
And that was Luke Myers. Now watch this block. He's down here in the bottom of your screen in the slot. Now watch this block he puts on, but he gets sent for a little ride here. Now watch, here comes Glass. And then all of a sudden, he's going to run right into his own player. And Glass knocks him backwards. And there's the penalty flag on the field right there, Lee. So they're going to march it back.
Yeah. Takes it back to the 42-yard line at Tecumseh.
Again, our official out there is Mark Miller in the white hat. And he's the
That'll bring up a 1st and 19.
1st and 19, man.
What did they get on that? Just a personal foul? Was that
I think a personal foul, yep.
Okay. So it's first down, but it's 19 yards to go. For the first down, got to get it inside the 25-yard line. It was a nice fake, as you saw by Glass, as he handed it off, but not a whole lot of yardage. Heading up the middle, inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line is Shawnee. Now, Shawnee, so far, Gary, has played pretty good football. And the reason we say that is because the first half has not been there.
Well, they played controlled football. They haven't been, too risky. And here comes Glass.
Yeah, quarterback draw. Glass wants to go to the edge and is not going to make it.
Fumble.
Well, they're fighting for it. Who got it?
Now watch.
Looked like Tecumseh came up with the football.
Yeah, and they're saying they have it, and I think they're going to say it was blown dead because we heard the whistles. Now watch what happens here.
Well, let's see,
He's got blockers downfield, and they're doing a good job. He sees the hole, tries to cut it outside. Now he gets tackled short of the marker. He's not down yet, and the ball does come out. That is a fumble, and it's recovered by number 34, it looks like, for Tecumseh, Joel Green. But no, the official said he was down, so there we go.
Maybe that was forward progress.
No comment.
3rd down and 11. Man in motion. His Glass will roll again. He's being chased. He's going to have to.
Oh, boy. There we go.
I was going to say he's going to have to motor.
Yeah, the guy that got the fumble last time took him down. Joe Green's really playing well here for Tecumseh. Now watch him come from his linebacker position or clear across the field here. Now watch. Comes around that, actually come around from the tight end side. In the backside, and he brings him down, and he plays running back and defensive back. They move him all over the field in the backfield.
And Glass is no slowpoke. And here's a linebacker that just flat out ran him.
Yeah, they're lining him up because Joe Green is probably one of your better players out there. Let's see where they line him up here now. He's at the top of the screen. He's man-to-man coverage up there now.
4th and 12. Glass is looking.
Wide open.
Got a man Meyer open down at the 3, touchdown.
Boy, was that pretty.
What a pretty pass from 35 yards away. And
here's a replay.
Score.
Robbie Glass goes back, sees it wide open. He gives a lot of air underneath it so he can really clear it. And coming up with that ball is Luke Myers for the 35-yard touchdown.
I thought Masick might catch up because he did put a lot of air underneath that. But Meyer just nice and easy. Took it. Here's Andy Meeks. Going to try to make it 3-4-3. Ball snap back. Here's the kick. It's up, and it is good. So with 2:12 remaining in this first quarter, it is now 21-7. We'll be back with more right after this on the local TV for me television network.
At Dave Kell Chevrolet and Chevrolet Trucks, we are proud that customers keep coming back to purchase vehicles. Now we have a brand new showroom that will help us serve our customers better.
We give every customer specialized attention to find the right vehicle at the right price, and we have a wide variety of new and used vehicles to choose from.
Visit us at Dave Kell Chevrolet and experience no-nonsense car shopping.
The best place to purchase a new or used vehicle is at Dave Kell Chevrolet in Mechanicsburg, Ohio.
Adam Myers approaches the football. Well, this was just along the edge. Oh, it's a live ball. Somebody's got to pick it up from Tecumseh, and they do. And that being Braden Berner.
You don't want to get him hit there.
The 24. You know, I thought he was going to scoop it up and take off again.
Yeah, you don't want to have him get hit when he's lying down on the ground like that either. That's your quarterback.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
Check out the overall standings here, Lee. This is pretty exciting right now for Shawnee.
Yeah, it is. They've won 5 in a row, but guess what? London and Older have won 6 in a row. This is kind of setting up for Shawnee like it did back in 2011 when they ended up going to the state championship.
And Shawnee still has to play Canton Ridge, and Canton Ridge put a whooping on them last year, so that's going to be an exciting game.
But look at the other 2 teams they got to play.
Yep.
There are some points there.
Yep. Just one of those games, they take one of those games, they'll keep a lot of points.
Well, they'll keep a ton of points. Trying to go over to the left side, not picking up a whole lot, maybe a couple of yards on the play. Yeah, ball's out to the 25-yard line. And let's see, they may have picked up about 2 yards. We'll call it second down and about 8 yards to go for the first down. 1:44 remaining in the first quarter. And so far, other than and that was electric, 95-yard touchdown run by Tecumseh on a kickoff.
That's our first one this year.
Yeah, it is.
We haven't had
all
one.
the way back.
Actually, it could have been a couple years, I'd say.
Yeah. So the clock continues to roll. Tecumseh with the football as they try to go over to the left side. And, yeah, a nice job just picking up some extra yardage because they stopped, put his head down, and said, I'm going to try to go and get some more.
And got to keep in mind here, Braden Berner, folks, number 10 that has that ball coming around the outside there. He's just a sophomore, so this is a really young Tecumseh team. We've seen Tecumseh teams in the past, Lee, when that backfield they had the motion moving so fast, it was a blur, and they would get that handoff, not at just a half speed, they were at top speed. those days they'd like to get back over there at Tecumseh.
And it takes a while. It takes a while to build that up. Handing it off in the backfield, you know what? Absolutely
Look at
nothing.
5 defenders in on him.
Yeah. And I was going to say a little slow getting up, but that's just the people that are laying on top of him. And that being big number 10, Brayton Burner.
Yeah, Adam Moore, number 22. Let's give him credit in there for making that tackle with the rest of his buddies. He's coming out there right now as he gets a handshake at the bottom of your screen. And big number 72 lumbering out there. And that's Kane Gonzalez, all doing a good job. Coming back in for the Shawnee Braves is Josh Lang. So they have some substitutions there, Lee.
This may be the very last play of the quarter as the clock is down to 9 seconds, 6 seconds. And going to kick it just at the, over his head. Look out. This may be another break, and the ball is not picked up by
that's
anyone
going to be a touchdown.
By Shawnee. Touchdown for the Shawnee Braves.
Oh, my goodness. And that's tough. Getting that ball. Coming up there is Jaden Hall. Watch this, folks, on the replay. Probably just, you don't want to pick it up. Just try to do the best he could, and it's scooting through there. And there you go. It's a touchdown, and just like that, it's another score. As
looked like number 27 came up. Max Geyer came up with that.
I'm not sure what other was that. Was it number 2? Was it Max Geyer that came up, or
was it 27 on there? Yeah.
Or number 2? Have to see that again because I'd like to check out that number and give credit where it's due.
Now the extra point. Could she go 4 for 4? And indeed she does. And that's going to do it. That's the end of the first quarter of action with the Shawnee Braves leading 28-7. Second quarter action coming up with the Tecumseh Shawnee ball game on the local TV for me, Sports Network.
You're watching the Hometown High School Football Game of the Week on WRCX Television, brought to you by our local Allstate agent, Jim Twiggs. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by Dave Cale Chevrolet, The Security National Bank, and Harding Road Pharmacy.
It's time to eat, and you want great Mexican food with friendly service at a fair price. It's time for
My Mariachis.
With 3 convenient locations, you're never far away from a great meal at
My Mariachi.
Don't accept imitations. It's time for
And here comes the kickoff as we will start the second quarter. This one's going to go right along the ground, and we've got, I think, an offsides on Shawnee. At least that's where the flag is thrown.
Well, if that ball went out of bounds, that's a penalty anyway.
That is, they'll get the ball to about the 35-yard line. But I think they might just make him kick it again.
You can see where the line judge, offsides.
Yeah.
Back about 5 for a rekick.
Here's this, let's see who gets this recovery. Yeah, it is number 2 down. No, you're right there, the lead. Number 27. I saw the pink on there, and you were exactly right. You get a candy bar. Number
many
27.
People have doubted me over the years, but many people have been wrong.
Yeah, and she's at home right now. Number 27, Max Geyer with that fumble recovery.
Is that why every time I walk in the house, she goes, "Oh God, you made it home again"?
Oh, she's in disappointment, you mean?
I think. Yeah. This one may go out of bounds again, and they fall on it.
And he just wants to get this safe.
And falling down on that football.
Peyton Shannon.
Yeah, Peyton Shannon. And the ball will be in play at about the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tecumseh Arrows. Boy, bad just went to worse on that, didn't it, on that punt?
Well, you're first hoping maybe just fall on it but there's no win really. You can't. There's a non-win situation.
It's a lose-lose situation. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so there's not much you can do.
Now Tecumseh, and they don't really seem to open it up all that much. You know what I mean, Gary? Everything is in tight.
Well, it's just they're so young. They're just going to find something that's going to click and work too. You don't want to get too brave right now when the season's is what it is, but you got a quarterback in there that's playing his heart out tonight.
Sure is. And coming up on the quarterback keep with just we'll call it about 3.
He got tagged in there, number 10, the quarterback. He only weighs 145 pounds, 6-footer.
He's wiry. So the ball is outside the 35 at the 37-yard line. Pick up a 3. Second down and 7. You know, they can do this all the time. They could play some Woody Hayes football, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Or in this case, a cloud of mud. Well, it's not that bad. It just rained a couple of times.
Big guy on the
Sweep
outside,
on the right side. Going to pick up some yardage. Almost got the corner. That's a whale of a tackle down there by Shawnee as Joe Green couldn't. It looked like he was going to go, but he didn't, Gary.
Yeah, it was a real nice running play there for Tecumseh. Now watch this tackle coming in here, number 23, right at the bottom. That's how you like to tackle, and that's David Hawk. He plays a wide receiver and also defensive back there, and you just saw what he did.
Third down and 4 yards to go. More like 4.5 yards to go for the first down. Clock is rolling. We're down to 10:45 remaining in this first half of action. Looking to pass the football over the middle, and you know that was a good play call. That was a very good play call. It's just that Wells could not get down far enough.
Now watch, if he holds off for a second, watch the line to see if he has some more time. The guy, receiver's down here at the bottom of your screen. He's going to do a crossing pattern. Does he have time? He got a little pressure. I'm not so sure if that ball wasn't tipped there, Lee.
It might have been.
It looked like it might have just been tipped because he had him wide open. I think Shawnee Brave got their hand on it.
I like this too. I mean, where are you going? It's 4th and 4 as they're going to try for it. The Tecumseh Arrows looking to pass the football again, out and overthrew it. Actually, if he would have backed off like he intended, Counter McCorkle might have got that pass. Instead, he moved in toward the quarterback, and then it was all
well, you know, that's where you just try to help your quarterback whenever you can. I thought he might have been in trouble, and he probably should have just held his ground and might have had a shot at it. But I like that. It's a gutsy call by Tecumseh. You know, their season, is not what they expected in the preseason, and they're working on some things. And again, we looked at it. Well, what did we count up there that they had 10 seniors on?
Yes. Oh, here's the
Tecumseh
playoff standings right now. And right now we see that Shawnee is 6th. And where else are we going? Greenon is all the way down there in 9th right now.
And even Indian Lake is 12. And that's kind of surprising to me as some of the other teams that are below this.
Yeah.
Some pretty good football teams. And then you get some teams that have been blown out that are also rated.
Well, Brookville's a pretty good ball club.
There's
movement on Tecumseh. That looks like that's an offsides. So now it's going to cost them 5 more yards as they'll move it from the 40 down to the 35-yard line where it'll be first down and 5.
Yeah, if we could get back to that screen. I don't know if it's possible, but, you're talking about Brookville and not Brookville, Bellbrook and some of the other teams that are in there, and it's getting to be that time of season where every game is important and the computer rankings get crazy. Whoa, what a tackle there. Look at that. Bodies flying everywhere.
I say only a pickup, but it was a nice pickup of about 3 or 4 yards by Jaden Hall.
Carter Manziel coming in here on this tackle. He's that big body, number 77. Watch him come through here. And you'll see him right there. Kaboom. And actually, he was the second guy in there. It was number 77.
Pickup of 4 on the play. Second down and just 1 yard to go for that first down. Clock continues to roll down to the 10-minute mark, and with a commanding lead here at homecoming, Shawnee 28-7. Out into the flat and just could not hit the intended receiver, Skylar Wood, as Wood had it, but the ball just did not get there.
Yeah, there's that screen we're talking about, Lee, and you look clear up at the top. West Jeff really doing a great job. And then West Liberty Salem, in the years past, they've always been in the hunt. They're back in there at 5. But Shawnee's sitting at number 6, so every game is important. And you just talked about who they have to play. Jonathan Alder, London, and Kenton Ridge.
And when you look at it, Gary, every ball game from the opening kickoff to the last game is a playoff situation. Oh, what a nice spin move. Hit the line of scrimmage, Jaden Hall, and was not to be denied. And there's a couple of arrows getting up a little slow.
Now watch, they take some impact here. Handoff is going to go off tackle, and he's going to do a spin move, cuts it to the right side, and then watch what happens down here at the bottom. You'll see players collide, and then boom, 10, the quarterback collided with 24, and it was just kind of a chain reaction like dominoes.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you talk about Wells just took it on the chin there. Handing the ball off again to Jaden Hall.
Man, Jaden Hall is he's a linebacker and a running back, folks. He's 6 feet, 210. Now watch him when he gets this ball. It kind of reminds me of some of the other Springfield high school players that we've seen, big running backs.
But it's tough to bring him down. Now
That must be a horse collar there. He kind of got away with that just on the back of the jersey. So
was that Braden that might have had that?
Peyton, I'm sorry, yes, it was number 5, Peyton Shannon.
Peyton Shannon. Second down and 2 yards to go for the Shawnee Braves as they continue to drive the football. Hall takes the fake and running straight up the middle. Robbie Glass, and guess what? It's like Glass who slides right into the end zone. Another score by the Shawnee Braves as they take a 34-7 lead. And, they're going to have to ice her leg down.
There's a 10-yard run by Robbie Glass.
Andy Meeks is going in there again. R.J. Griffin is going to be holding the football for her.
Here we go.
Waits the snap. There it is. It's up. It's on its way. It looks good from here. And it is good. So, with 8:40 remaining in the half, 35-7 Shawnee. Back with more of the hometown high school football game right after this on local TV.
When your ride is overheated, choking, spinning, sputtering, stopped, or just too slow, trust the pros at Muffler Brothers. With locations in Fairborn, Urbana, and Springfield, you're right around the corner from repair service you can count on. Get your car the attention it deserves. See the real pros in town. Muffler Brothers.
And we are back just ahead of the kickoff. And here's another guy that's going to need to ice that leg down as the rain starts to fall again.
And that rain comes down and goes away for a while and comes back. It's kind of like somebody that's, ooh, there's a nice short kick.
Almost slipped again.
Yep.
Boy, they're just having a tough time, and we're talking about the Arrows. As coming up with the football was Joe Green, and that back foot was back about 9 yards before he finally caught his balance. And the ball will be down good field position. And the ball will be about the 42-yard line where the Arrows will put it in play 1st and 10. Boy, look at the rain come down.
Yeah, it just goes away and comes back.
Well, I can tell you when it can go away again. When the ball game is over with and we're walking to the car.
When you're going to your car, you bet. I'm real happy for Shawnee getting their homecoming in without having to have those convertible tops and be floating around there in a convertible and a foot of water.
That would be fun. Straight up the middle. Look out, could this go? It's got to beat a couple of defenders and almost did, but is going to be down inside the 20-yard line.
Now watch him get this handoff. Wyatt Ferguson, and man, he cuts loose right here. Look at that's a typical fullback play. It's almost like Larry Zonka from the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
As he goes down the hole, got to change that ball on the inside to the outside, but he got caught from behind, and it was a nice tackle by Shawnee. Coming up with that tackle is Tyler Mercer, and he scored the first touchdown of tonight.
Well, you can tell you when I played football, it's the first thing I thought of is when he was down there. Yep, got to get the ball so it's on the outside. You get tackled to go out of bounds. Sweeping to the near side and finding some running room.
Touchdown.
Boy, did a nice job.
There you go.
Jaden Masick.
And that's about a 15-yard run. Watch this, folks. He's going to go to the outside, and just like that, we have another score by Tecumseh. Their second score of the night.
40 seconds later, yeah.
Yeah, and he's going to get his blocker out in front there, and he takes actually the defender went down, and he comes around, and he goes into the end zone and scores, and that's going to be Jaden Masick gets that touchdown for the Arrows.
Whew. Man, that was some play. And of course, the big run set the whole thing up. And I was impressed with Masick just running through some arm tackles. Here's another lady, Katie Rollins, trying to pick up another point, and she does.
There she goes.
So with 8:02 remaining here in this first half, and we've seen some scoring, 35-14 in favor of the Shawnee Braves. And coming up at halftime, we are going to have our throw for dough. Brought to you by Security National Bank. That's at halftime. Aaliyah Burba is going to be throwing for the Shawnee Braves, and Savannah Smith will be trying to pick up $500 for the athletic department of the Tecumseh Arrows. So there it is with 8:02 remaining here in this first half of action.
And just like that, we're going to have somebody walk away with the money, but you got Steve Tincher and Craig Iyer. Both of those guys, I think they hold practices after school for the throw for dough. Both of those characters. But we got some information in that we're not going to. Drew Mitchell will be out here for
a little while.
Yep. There's the rain coming down.
Look at that.
And there we go. We're getting ready to set up for the kickoff here, but a couple of the officials talking, trying to keep that ball covered, and you got to see the official out there now. That ball's out there probably a little longer. Tecumseh wasn't really quite, you can see that rain, wasn't quite ready to get back out there after a score, but got to remember they haven't scored that much this year, so they're not that big of a hurry.
And the grass is a little high, too. I wonder if that's hurting them when they go to catch the football, thinking they've got good footing, and all of a sudden everything goes
that's true.
away.
It could be a little deceiving that way.
Yeah.
But we already have 7 scores in this football game.
Yeah, who needs more? There's that onside kick again.
I think Tecumseh got it.
Got this.
I think Tecumseh got it.
Tecumseh's got this.
If it went 10 yards.
It did go 10 yards.
But it was when it was first touched, though. And they're gonna. It is Tecumseh.
Because one of the first people to touch it was Colton Roderick, I believe.
Let's check this out on the replay as the officials get right in there. Remember, it's got to go 10 yards before anyone touches it.
So it's Tecumseh's ball. So they made their own break that time with 7:59 remaining.
And that could help too, Lee, with the grass being wet. Trying to pick that ball up if you're coming at it, you know where that ball's headed, and make a dive for it. And I think that's exactly what they did. Shawnee had, those are things that Shawnee and Coach Meeks will tell you every single day of the week. Those are things that can't happen. You got to get, and even though it's a 50-50 shot, you can't let that happen. You can't let them get an onside kick.
No, you can't.
They're there marking it back there, kind of spotting it to about the 47-yard line.
But let's face it, Gary, that was a good onside kick.
Oh, it was really well. They actually, all of them that we've seen so far tonight, we've had a couple. This is the first onside kick we've had recovered in a couple years.
And that double wing, man in motion, looking over the middle, and almost intercepted to go the other way. Actually, the closest one to the ball was David Hawk.
Boy, he had a man open. Watch him roll here.
I just think they got their numbers
He's going to throw to his quarterback over here. If he goes to his quarterback, cutting across the middle, he might be all right. And when we're talking quarterback, we're talking Brandon Berner and Caden Riley, kind of interchangeable parts there.
Yeah. Again, setting up pretty tight, as you can see on your screen. It's a pitch and a halfback pass. Got a man open down the field, and they're fighting for it. And who's got it?
What a nice
Tecumseh.
play.
What a nice play that was.
Talk about this. Watch this, folks. It's a halfback pass. Pass is going to go from number 31 all the way down from Lucas Rogers all the way down the field, and watching it come into his hands. And one of the things that he did that really impressed me, he didn't stare at it too long. Coming up with that big catch is Cy Wells again. Because sometimes those defenders will look at your eyes and you get real big. It looked like he wasn't even going for it until the last second. That was a beautiful job by Tecumseh.
But let's give credit too to Luke Myers. He had good defense on that as well. But you are right. That was just a great catch and a great pass. First down and goal from the 7-yard line.
And we're getting close to the end of the second quarter here in the first half. It'd be nice for Tecumseh to get another score.
Boy, they woke up. Couple of quick breaks and they're moving.
Got a whistle.
And this may be.
Imagine it is going to be a timeout.
Maybe timeout. Yeah, timeout for Tecumseh. And with the timeout on the field right now, while we've got some time, let's check in with Randall Holzmeyer and meet this week's IH Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Well, hello everyone. Randall Holzmeyer from the Local TV for Me Network, back once again with the IH Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week. This week, we're out at Shawnee High School to meet football standout Drew Mitch. Drew's a solid athlete on the field, and he is full of Shawnee Braves pride.
Shawnee pride, we're always supportive of each other, every sport that we do, and we're just always there for each other, and we always want to win, always want to win.
Coach Meeks is most impressed with Drew's improvement from year to year, and he's thankful for the leadership that Drew brings to the team.
Good teammate, good leader, on the field, leading by example. Great to have on the team.
I'd like to thank my coaches, Coach Spitzer and Coach Meeks especially, and all the other coaches, and I'd like to thank my mom and dad especially more.
So there you have it, folks. Drew Mitch, Junior at Shawnee High School, as our IH Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week. Now, we want to remind you to go online to localtv4me.com and nominate your Student Athlete of the Week. We'd love to see you at your school. So, for the Local TV for Me television network, I'm Randall Holzmeyer saying, have a great week, everybody. A lot has changed in 80 years. Where we live, the cars we drive, and even how we do our banking. But at the IH Credit Union, some things will never change, like our commitment to helping our members build better lives. The IH Credit Union will always be member-owned and will always step up and do what's right for our members and our community. Stop in today and check out what has changed, as well as what will never change at the IH Credit Union.
And congratulations again to the Shawnee football standout, Drew Mitch. And don't forget, you can see the full presentation on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/localtv4me. And I like that Student Athlete of the Week, because that's exactly what it is. Somebody that not only is a good player, which he is, but also is just a standout student and somebody in the community as well.
Well, that's what it's all about, giving back to the community, doing something you love to do, and also getting, good grades. And, believe it or not, grades are important to get through life, especially the way things are changing right now, as fast as they are in technology. You got to have some smarts going on there somewhere.
And of course, Drew is not going to be in. He did the one time that he caught the football. I had said that he had fallen on it and it looked like he had the air knocked out. Maybe a little bit more than that, but he won't be back tonight, at least to play in the ball game. But congratulations as our Student Athlete of the Week, Drew Mitch. So with the ball right at the 5-yard line, it's still second down and goal from about the 5.5-yard line, to be honest with you. And this is probably 4-down territory, wouldn't you think?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
This, about just under 6 minutes in the half. They got to get another score on the scoreboard. And they'd be pretty happy, because you look at the points for, there's the quarterback, hands over to the big guy again, and they got him covered that time.
Boy, had him covered all the way, and that was Wyatt Ferguson, who normally would average about 3.8 yards a carry. Not that time.
Yeah, now watch him. The pursuits, look at, he's even leaning that way. Look at the defense. They know this play's coming. That's the pitch. I don't know if he was going to throw the ball or not, Lee. It looked like he might have. The first man through there was number 7, Jaden Hall. He held up for just a second, and I thought he had a receiver, which he did in the end zone, but was covered pretty well by Shawnee.
Boy, has Jaden Hall been all over the place tonight. Whew. Third down and goal, the ball at the 10-yard line for the Tecumseh Arrows. Looking to pass. This is high, it's long, and it's going to go.
Touchdown.
Boy, that took like it was going to bring rain, and it finally was caught and brought in there by McCorkle.
Boy, was that a pretty play. Now watch. This ball is aired perfectly to the corner of the end zone. Coverage is there, but the man's behind him. He has the advantage. Actually got 2 feet down.
And actually, that was close to pass interference from Wes Schuler, as he did not turn around. He knew the ball was coming. And, a lot of the players now, college and pro, will just watch the eyes of the receiver and make that last-second turn to see where the ball's at. 5:54 remaining here in this first half. And who woke up? Tecumseh. There's the kick. by Rollins, and it is good. So with 5:54 remaining, 35-21 in favor of the Shawnee Braves on the Jim Twiggs All-State Agency Football Game of the Week on local TV for me, Television Network. What was 35-7 is now 35-21. That was only about 3 minutes ago when it was 35-7.
Well, it just shows you how fast things can change, and just because you have a lead, a little bit of a lead, doesn't mean you're going to go ahead and walk away with something, because that the scoreboard will show you that Shawnee's going to go in here in the next 4 minutes of halftime and
look at this kickoff
try
team.
They're all
look at them.
about as short as it can be. You can't see them on our screen here, but they're all up, bunched up. There's a
little
pooch one,
which is perfect, and Robbie Glass lets it go out of bounds.
And went out of bounds. There's a flag.
So there is the flag, and to be honest, I would take that penalty so I could have the football. Yes, it did go out at the 40, and they'll probably set it up at the 35-yard line, but still, you want the football. Don't want them doing those onside kicks on you. Boy, Tecumseh, I am very impressed, being down as much as they were, and now all of a sudden they are within just a couple of touchdowns. And let's see, I think they are going to kick it over again, are they not?
Yep.
Wow, I'm surprised. Oh, no, they're not. They are going to, okay, so they are going to give it to them.
I saw the official walking as you did.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So the ball is at the 47-yard line. It'll be Shawnee's football. And they're going to run it and try to run this, probably the half out. Is taking the football and spinning as he was sitting on top of Arrows was Matt Geyer to pick up some pretty good yardage, to be honest. As the ball is right at the midfield stripe, he picks up just about 4 yards on the play, 3.5 yards. So we'll call it second down and about 6 yards to go for the first down. Now they move it again, so it's just inside the 50 into Tecumseh territory at the 49-yard line. On this homecoming, which so far has been a pretty good one for Shawnee as they lead 35-21, but Tecumseh playing some pretty good football the last couple of minutes. And there's the whistle before anything, and you know what that means. It's either an offsides or somebody was moving for Shawnee.
And that S on the field is not the flag. That's the Shawnee logo. But, yeah, we've seen some laundry tonight. You had a couple of pass interference calls that weren't called, but it looks like they've done a pretty good job out there.
All right. 5:15. The clock rolls.
There's another flag, Lee. That's a illegal procedure again.
You know, I don't know what that last one was, Gary, because they just, I mean, it was nothing. And so they decided they were just going to play it all over again.
At the half, Bell Fountain leading Jonathan Alder 14-7. And in the second quarter, it's Bentley Scooters.
Back it goes to the 46-yard line, so it's going to be, instead of 6 yards to go, it's going to be 11 yards to go now, second down for Shawnee. And they've been a little sloppy here for the last couple of minutes, Shawnee has, after playing a near perfect first half. Robbie Glass looking, got a man deep, and they threw it short and incomplete. Going up for it was Wes Schuler, but so was the defender. That was very well defended.
Yeah, now watch this coverage on number 24 here, Cy Wells. He's had a pass completion. Now he's going to play defender. But this ball, watch how Robbie throw off of his. He kind of got off the back foot, but this is short, folks. Best receiver coming through there would have been Cy Wells, but helping his quarterback not have an interception is coming through there is Wes Schuler. First time we've called his name tonight.
Yeah, but he did a nice job just keeping the ball from being intercepted and almost came up with it. Nobody in the backfield. As Robbie Glass is rolling. Does he have anybody downfield? He does.
Schuler.
So Schuler comes up with the catch. This will be inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. First down with 4.5 minutes remaining here in this first half of action.
And I think they realize they got to get back on the board because they just saw Tecumseh score 2 touchdowns back-to-back. And they don't want to let this one get away with them, especially what we talked about with the schedule they have coming up.
Oh yeah.
They lose this one, and then 2 of those other ones, it could be over.
But you got to keep your nose to the grindstone.
That's right.
Those other guys are not going to give you a chance.
No.
And
they want to be the spoiler. And they want to be the
absolutely.
spoiler as well.
As the ball is handed off, nice running room, and taking the defender Braden with him, and we're talking number 8, just giving it all it's worth. Matt Geyer, watch this.
Watch him come up the middle of this field, right off the right side tackle, and he's going to blow into the quarterback, Braden Berner, who's going to hang on for dear life just to save a touchdown, and he's still hanging on. And then he finally gets some help in there coming across. I believe that was number 34, Joe Green again. Was that who it was there? Number 34, I think it was coming through there to finally put him down. But now Shawnee's back in the saddle again in scoring position at the 11-yard line.
But that's one of the things that always bugs me. Go for the tackle, get him down, and that things will take care of itself. A lot of people just go for the fumble anymore. And look at Geyer, put his head down, and well, they say he fumbled. Oh, they're saying he's down.
They're saying he was down. Yeah.
Down before he went in right around the 1-yard line. Watch this.
Let's check it out. He's going to go out the outside this time. Block was missed on that outside, but he's going to get down. Boy, I don't know, Lee. His knee's coming down here. We can just edge forward. I don't know. That's a close call, but the official's right there looking right at his knee, so better their eyes than ours.
And he said that he was just kind of looking like, hey, that's not a fumble. In that T formation. And
tripped, but
over
I
the right
think
side. Did he get in? No indication yet. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He's pretty doggone close to the goal line, but he
slipped.
Not
Tyler
over
Mercer,
yet.
when he gets his hand off, he slips. So, and again, remember, folks, it's been raining. You can't really see it too well right now, but it's been raining on and off. Got a little bit of a breeze going too, but both teams have had trouble keeping their footing on this grass.
And that tight T, once again, Schuler gets
there.
The
He's
hand
in.
off,
He's in there.
That one's in. So that one's in. 2:56 remaining here in this second quarter.
Number 8, Matt Geyer is going to get this ball.
Geyer with it, puts his head down, goes over that right side, and has got himself another 6 points. And heading in there to try for the extra point will be Andy Meeks. Came into the ball game 28 of 32 and has done well. This will be number 6 extra point. It's up. It's on its way. That one is perfect. 2:56 remaining here in this first half, and we'll be back with more. And the local TV for me, television network.
Although the world is ever changing, the basic rhythms of life remain the same. One being people's passion to build families, communities, houses, businesses. But turning passion into reality is often challenging. For all of life's moments, count on Security National Bank.
And we are back and getting ready to tee the football up is Adam Myers as he'll kick it off again. And remember, we started this football game with Tecumseh taking the opening kickoff. So Shawnee will take the opening kickoff to start the second half.
And we've already had 9 scores here so far in this game. That's a lot. That's a math quiz for me.
Yeah, what's a math quiz for any of us? So how many points are they down right now?
Well, you're going to have to figure that out by yourself.
21.
Yeah, exactly. 21 and 21 would be 42.
Nice. End over end kick, taking it about the 20-yard line and bowling up ahead of steam and getting it out to the 40.
That's a nice return up to the 40.
That's a very nice return. Boy, Braden Berner has just been all over the field tonight for this Tecumseh football team. Ball's going to be nose on the 40. It's going to be 1st and 10 with 2:51 remaining here in this first half of action. And that wing, double wing actually, formation. Tecumseh Back to pass. And did he get it? I'm trying to. Yeah, they gave him
That's
a catch.
A beautiful catch
That's
by
a
number
beautiful
24
catch.
shooting over there. That's the good hand, Cy Wells. We've talked to him about him
a
couple of times tonight. Now watch his pattern as he breaks it to the outside. Takes it right out there. He's telegraphing that throw pretty well, but look at where he gets this ball on the outside. He's the only one that can catch it. Good coverage there by Robbie Glass.
Boy, is this a game of inches? Adam Moore almost deflected it as it got
There's
out
a reverse fumble.
Fumble in the backfield.
And I think
still loose, picked up by Jaden Hall. Hall with it, and he's just carrying people with him inside the 25, down to the 24, and we have got a flag at the very end of the play.
Watch this. He tries to pick it up, and he loses the handle on it. And then he's got it. He's rumbling down there. Jaden Hall is going to carry that ball, and then let's see what happens right at the back here.
Let's see what the official calls it, because that came in as the play was over with.
Yeah, here's Mark Miller. He's going to say,
what's he calling, the sideline thing? That's what it looked like when he gave that motion like that. So, well, look at the rain too. Look, it's been coming down. As looking over to the Shawnee bench and wants everybody just to get back. 42-21 as the Braves will try to put some more points on the board with just 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining, and we have had the kind of first half that, you can only dream of. 42 points, and yet the other team gets up with 21 points. The ball is going to go against, of course, the Shawnee Braves, and it's going to take the ball back to about the 36-yard line. It is 1st and 10. There's the flag, and this may be illegal procedure and that's exactly what it is on Shawnee.
Number 74, Ethan Taylor clapping his hands there for Tecumseh.
All right, the ball going to go back out to about the 41-yard line.
About where they got the fumble. That's about where they fumbled the ball.
Yeah. So 1st and 15, ball at the 41-yard line for the Shawnee Braves. And you see the score right there in the lower left hand of your screen, 42-21. This has been a great first half. You like scoring? Man, we have had it for you. Robbie Glass looking, throws it short, and are we going to get a flag on that?
No flag,
no. They might call that incidental contact.
Here's the pass. You can see it coming all the way across.
Well, I don't know.
It's hard to see right there.
Yeah, they really could have gone either way on that one. Incomplete, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 15. That's one nice thing about having replay, and you can watch it.
But the officials can't, unfortunately. That's the thing.
So with 2:02 remaining here in this first half of action, it is a 42-21 lead for Shawnee. Handing the ball off, Jaden Hall picking his way over the right side. And he's going to pick up a few yards.
Number 74 coming in there for a tackle, Ethan Taylor. 6'2", 270 for Tecumseh. They got some pretty good size in there in the line.
They do.
And tonight is probably pretty impressive for them because they're playing a pretty darn good Shawnee team. But look they've got 21 points on the board,
and that's
something
about nine
points a game.
Just a skosh over 9 a ball game. So they've done well. And don't forget, coming up at halftime, as we always do, it is our throw for dough from Security National Bank. A couple of cheerleaders, one from each team. We'll try to be picking up $500 for the athletic department of their schools. Aaliyah Burba for Shawnee and Savannah Smith throwing the football for the Arrows of Tecumseh. I would like to see it one time where both of them throw it through the banner. Pick up $500 for each team.
People say it looks easy, but it's not as easy as it looks when you get down there and you got the pressure on you. I like to see the ones that are during like the
everything's easy
football,
as long as you're not doing it.
The college games where they try to throw it into that tub and nobody throws it. They just throw it under. They push past it, and that should be just. You have to make them throw the ball, not just toss it with two hands. And of course, Security National Bank. Such a great sponsor of that, and we appreciate that.
We just didn't want anybody fainting from Security National Bank. We give away how much?
Look
at that Robbie Glass.
He came up a little gimpy. Watch.
Well, he got hit pretty good, Gare.
Yeah, he got rocked here. But he had a head of steam on him when he got hit, so let's see what happens.
Watch him turn it on, like the afterburners kick in right about here.
See who comes up with this hit. Oh, yeah, at full speed coming across there is number 24 for Tecumseh.
Who was that, Wells?
That's Cy Wells
Cy
again.
Wells. Well, he's been all over the field tonight,
he's
too.
done a good job. Fourth down, they're short. He stopped him short, just a yard.
Fourth,
short.
yeah, even a little
Doesn't
bit
matter.
less than a yard.
Doesn't matter. They're going for it.
They got up to the line of scrimmage, and I think they might want to measure for this. Might want to measure for this one, and that's exactly what they're going to do as the chain gang coming across the field. And we will see.
I don't think we've missed too many of these this year, have we?
No, no.
Of course, we have the TV monitor. That helps out quite a bit, doesn't it? Yeah, you're going to say he's short about a half a yard?
Half a yard, yeah.
Good call, Lee.
Thank you. That's about a half
Folks,
a yard.
Folks, we used to argue this years and years for 20 years about whether it's a first down or not. Now you got a big old fat monitor right in front of you. You can't miss
That's
it.
right, and I was right again, wasn't I? 1:35 remaining here in this first half, and it has been a dandy. Don't forget, every Tuesday we announce the instant highlight game of the week, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit as they mark the football. That was funny because the one official bent over, got it marked, and the other official had the football about 20 feet away just standing there.
Well, that's our referee out there, and he's done a great job tonight. Mark Miller looks like he was not looking for walnuts out there. He was trying to find a place to spot that ball.
I thought he was going nightcrawler.
But this officiating crew's done a good job here tonight, and that's it's not easy out there when that rain's pouring down, then it stops, and then it comes down again. And
well, you can tell some of the spots down there that might be a little bit iffy as far as footing is concerned.
It's like, replace your divot.
Jaden Hall with the football. He's got the first down and more.
And that's going to stop the clock.
Stops the clock, but both of these ball clubs have 2 timeouts left as the ball gets down to the 23-yard line.
I imagine that Shawnee would want to get in the end zone again here and come out in the second half. They're going to get the ball and then kind of put this game away.
Yeah, because, you took a look at Tecumseh, man, they were just roaring down through there. Look at Jaden Hall. He cuts back off a block. He's going to go for the pylon, and he is in. Touchdown for the Shawnee Braves.
What a great run. Check this out for number 7, folks. He's going to get his hands off. He's going to cut it right off tackle, and he's going to make one move here, and the defenders just kind of blindsided him, not really, just blinded him. And the quarterback tries to come over, and that's a huge run from about 25 yards out. Does that look correct to you?
Yeah. 23 if you want to be correct the Mundo. Andy Meeks puts it up, and it is good. She hasn't missed yet tonight. Boy, I hope I don't jinx her. 49-21 with 1:02 remaining here in this first half of action. www.facebook.com/local TV for me. We're talking instant highlights. Hottest teams, biggest plays, winning drives, all in an instant. And where are we at? Where are we at tonight?
We're down there. We're watching Springfield, so you can check out that Springfield game if you haven't looked at it. It's going to be.
Well, the highlights from that ought to be dandy. Springboro.
Springboro. And that's a big game for Springfield, and they're getting down to the wire. They're Centerville next week, so there's some good games coming up here around this area.
Well, whoever did the scheduling, I think, for the leagues, kind of figured, oh, look at this.
And they kind of put them
Somebody's got a Browns umbrella right in front of me.
It's the only one there is.
Oh, stop it.
Adamaya is teeing it up for the Braves.
Was that a handshake or not?
What?
At the Browns game? The Browns game? You don't want to get started on that.
Halftime. Don't start me on that one. What Baker Mayfield have? 33 interceptions in the first half, and then a fumble.
And then all the discussions about a handshake.
All right, here's the ball going across. Oh, somebody's got to pick it up. There we go at the 20-yard line. And not going to be going anywhere was Cy Wells.
Here's the kick. This one's going to be just a squib kick, just to make sure nothing's picked up. And notice they don't kick to number 10, who is on the other side of the field.
Keep it away from him.
He already has one for a touchdown, folks, of 95 yards.
Oh, that was a beautiful, beautiful run.
Nice tackle coming in there by number 3 for Shawnee, and that's going to be Wes Schuler. You usually see Wes Schuler on some wide receiving plays as a receiver and as a D-back. Haven't seen him in action too much tonight.
He's done some nice stuff here on the special teams. Kind of a little reverse in the backfield, taking the ball to the far side, and just hammered over there with the football was Joe Green.
Tyler Mercer, watch him scoot across here. Look at the left of your screen. Watch him fly in there. Number 20. Here he comes, and prepare yourself. Boom. And the official over on the other side, and the line judges are going, whoa. We heard that one.
That was a hit, yeah. But anymore, you really got to watch it the way you hit somebody. You get up close to the helmet, it's lights out for you. Literally. 17 seconds remaining here in this first half. Looking out into the flat, got a man open. Good defense. And he's been playing a whale of a ball game. Luke Myers on defense.
Yeah, I thought he was going to break for that ball himself, but there's not much, no one behind him if you miss it. So he did a good job to making that tackle.
Kept everything in front.
There we go, and that's it.
That's gonna do it. That's it for the first half, guys. It's 49-21. It is Shawnee leading Tecumseh. Coming up next, we'll take a look at some of the first half scoring, and we'll be throwing for dough as well. All brought to you by Security National Bank, as the Shawnee Braves host the Tecumseh Arrows on the local TV for me, Sports Network.
You're watching the Hometown High School Football Game of the Week on WRCX Television, brought to you by our local Allstate agent, Jim Twiggs. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by the IH Credit Union, Los Mariachis Mexican Restaurant, and Springfield Clark CTC.
And with Shawnee leading Tecumseh here at halftime, 49-21. Let's check. And there's a lot of footage on this, how we got to that score in the first half.
Yeah, you're just going to have to sit down and just go and bear with me. Here's their first score of the night. Tyler Mercer, number 20, goes off tackle. That puts up Shawnee 7-0. And they had a couple attempts there, but then they gave it to Mercer, and I don't see him scoring too often. Then the next play is a 5-yard touchdown slant play to Drew Mitch, number 6 over the middle. Splits 2 defenders, kind of lands awkwardly, and he would be out for the rest of this game. And here's the big kickoff return. It's 95 yards, folks. Braden Berner takes it to the house. One man to beat, and he just can't get there, is number 33. And Colin Roderick just can't make it down the field, and Brandon Berner is in the end zone for a touchdown. Then we have Luke Myers. Pass to him is going to come up next. This is going to be to number 35 or number 4 here. Watch what happens here. Luke Myers throws this ball deep, and it goes to about 35 yards and is into his hands, and he's in the end zone. That gives the score right then. 3 scores for Shawnee, 7-21. On the very next play, here's the fumble recovery, and they're trying to pick it up. He's trying to get it and can't get it, and coming up with that ball is coming up there, we said, was number 27. And that's 27, yeah, Max Geyer. And here's a 10-yard run from the outside for Robbie Glass. Now watch, give and go. He keeps that off tackle. Goes, splits one man, dodges outside, no problem. In the end zone, 7-35. Here's a 15-yard run for Tecumseh. This will be their second score of the night as they come around the outside. Real nice blocking downfield by the quarterback. And he jumps one player and goes into the end zone for a touchdown. It's 14-35. Here we go with Connor McCorkle. This is a touchdown back-to-back for Tecumseh. This is a 5-yard pass. The ball was on the 5-yard line. And it's perfect to the corner of the end zone. Not 1, but 2 feet are in the end zone. And we're going to give him credit for that for 5 yards. That's where the ball was placed. Matt Geyer is going to get this touchdown after a couple tries. He goes right up the gut, makes it 21-42. And our last score of the first half, believe it or not, number 7, Jaden Hall, goes up the middle. Watch him dodge a player to the outside. Dodges the quarterback once again, who's playing his heart out, and that's Braden Berner. Goes into the end zone by 1 step, and that's where we ended up, 49-21.
And, of course, this is homecoming, and so far it's been a dandy homecoming for the Shawnee Braves. And let's check out some of the festivities that were going on and check out the King and Queen.
And you can see there's the kicker for Shawnee, and here she goes. That's Andy Meeks. She is the queen.
Oh, she cute.
And,
what a cutie.
and how cool is that? And here comes the king, Robbie Glass. So look at that. King and queen, probably the first time you'll see this on television anywhere. King and queen, both football players for the same team, the Shawnee Braves here in Springfield, Ohio.
49-21, you see it right there. That is our halftime score, and we are coming back here at halftime with the Security National Bank's Throw for Dough from the Springfield, Shawnee, and Tecumseh football game. There you see the throwers. It'll be Aliyah Burba for Shawnee and Savannah Smith for the Tecumseh Arrows right here on local TV for me, Sports Network.